team is called Team One Up. I am the team leader and artist. My name is Tommy Wynn. Our producer and designer is Alvin. Our producer and designer, Alvin. And our engineer.
Hello guys.
Our second engineer. Third engineer. We have our designer and engineer.
That's right.
And our- So the game that we're presenting is called Art Night, which is a 2D puzzle platformer game. This is our main character, Art, short for Arthur. You want to explain?
So, Arthur is going to town selling paint one day, and he stumbles across a wizard that brings him into a war for the land, where an evil wizard has stolen all the paint in the land and the art. And they want to try to get it back. And this is our storyboard, or what's its progress, at least.
So basically the first slide is the kingdom, and then the king stole all the art, so Arthur's sad, and then 3 wizards come give him some paint, right? And then with the paints, he's able to go on an adventure to get the art back from the king.
And we kind of did this out of order. Go. And some of the mechanics in the game, we haven't finalized them all yet, but Art will have 3 colors, red, yellow, blue. Red, for example, he can throw the paint on the ground, and you might have noticed that Art is in some armor. He's a little kid, he can't jump very high in his armor, and so if he throws the paint on the ground and steps on it, he will bounce into the air, which will help him get over a ledge, for example.
Yeah, so then we have a blue color which kind of helps you slide. So it's kind of like a puzzle game. So like let's say you're top platform, there's no paint, so you try to run over, but you can't because you're not fast enough. So you splash that paint, the blue paint, and it lets you kind of speed through. And so you kind of have to maneuver through by figuring out what paint you want to use. And so we have different enemies, right? So our idea is right now something kind of like a janitor that cleans our paint. He's not hostile, but he just kind of messes up our plan, so we have to figure it out. Then we have someone else that kind of slows us down, so it kind of like washes down like a green paint, which kind of messes up our plan as well. And then stuff like that. And then our boss, potentially, will kind of put paint, they either slows us down or prevents us from putting paint, so we're kind of still developing our potential abilities for the boss at least. And it is a 2D platformer, by the way. Any questions?
So can you like actually like paint in the game, or do you do like?
Well, you don't really need to do it. Like the idea is like.
The idea for how the mechanic works is that you'd have Art would have 3 different colors, and they'd be able to put the paints on the ground somehow, either drawing it or just painting the ground itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving on to that painted part, it would use whatever effect it is, whether it's sliding, jumping, or whatever we decide else to do.
So are there going to be like paint puzzles, or the paint is purely just for like attacking the board?
The paint's really for like you solving the puzzle.
So there are going to be puzzles.
Yes.
Well, the puzzle is going to the end goal, which would be like going to the finishing the stage, right?
Oh, okay.
Traversing the level is going to be the
Exactly.
problem.
Basically, yeah.
That's okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
Is it a finite resource? Can you paint the whole stage red?
Currently, it's not finite. If you paint like the tile in front of you. You can just do that with however much you want. If you throw the paint, you'll have to reapply with the palette. But the palette has unlimited paint. Magic.
We might change it a bit though. It might be to where it's not finite. And also, so we have a projectile, which is just like you said, like you can't throw this thing, and it's kind of like a parabolic shape. Or it's just you put it in the floor. Do you have any more questions?
Would it be fun if you certain color you dump on the enemy and enemy get paralyzed for with the cover with the cover and only eyes are showing up and then that will be fun.
That's actually what we're thinking of to do with yellow.
Okay, gotcha.
Yellow, it will take the cleaners 2-3 times as long to clean them, which will slow them down.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What happens if you throw two paints on the same like that?
So that would be something that we would probably implement, not realistically in our time frame, but maybe we'll mix it, right? And we'll make them different abilities. But so far we don't have something like that. Although you could put two adjacent ones, but kind of like the slide and the jump, which would kind of let you go faster, but also jump. Go ahead. Oh, that'd be good. Any more questions? Awesome. I think,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, we're good.
All right, thank you.